Welcome to another hsextra.com high school football video, Coach's Clipboard Edition. I'm Joe Serrera, and I'm joined this week by Reidsville Rams head coach Jimmy Teague. Coach Teague, thank you again for joining us.
Glad to do it.
Your Rams haven't lost since week two when you dropped a 22-14 decision at Page, but it seemed like the 35-28 win a couple of weeks later against Eastern Alamance kind of was a turning point for this Reidsville team, kind of got you guys on track. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, I think we were trying to find ourselves obviously early in the year when we were playing Page and those guys. You know, you're playing good folks. They also expose where your weaknesses are, and that's exactly what Page and Eastern and Western and all those folks did was expose where we're weak, and hopefully we told us where we need to get better at. And I think we have got better in a lot of areas, especially after those games.
Mm-hmm. What is this Reidsville team doing well offensively, and where do you feel like you still need to get better if you're going to make a deeper run in the playoffs?
Well, we've always said on offense, we want to be more than one-dimensional. I think we've worked extremely hard to try to make sure that we could throw and run when we had to. And, I think we've had some little hiccups along the way as far as those things, but I do think that we've got better each week. And as we're headed towards this stretch run of the playoffs, I think we are pretty much where we want to be as far as being able to do both those things pretty well.
Mm-hmm. Defensively, I know stopping the run was an issue early in the season, been a lot of improvement there. And forcing turnovers obviously has been a hallmark of this team. 39 turnovers. Is that did I read that right? And 12 interceptions by your freshman Deontay Neal?
Yep. We've said all along, I think we're on defense. The strength has been the back end. The secondaries has played really well all year long. The front seven guys, I think, have also gotten better as the year's gone on. And like we said a few minutes ago, I thought early on we didn't tackle as well as we needed to tackle. And I know our defensive staff has worked extremely hard on teaching tackling and doing those type things. And I do think we have got better at those things.
Yeah, and it seems like also when you guys get up on a team, you put them in a position where they have to become a little bit more one-dimensional, the ones that can throw, and they start throwing, and that just feeds into what your defense wants to do, forcing those turnovers and making plays on the back end.
Absolutely. And the interceptions have came, but a lot of those interceptions have also came when we've had pressure on them. So you have to, I think you got to have good pressure up front as well as having good guys in the back end. I think we've got a good combination of both.
This week, you're home again. You got an unbeaten Forest City Chase team coming in. What do you see from the Trojans?
Well, they're well coached. They do a lot of things extremely well, and their offensive line is probably again, just like we saw from them last year, is a really well-oiled unit. They get off the ball really well and stay on blocks and create a lot of good running lanes for their guys to run through. And they've got some really good running backs. Plus, the skill guys outside are also dangerous. So again, they are not just a team that you can just stack up and stop the run. Although always, I think our first stance is always to try to stop the run as we can.
They've been playing two quarterbacks, one who's more of a runner, Jalen Rudisil, and one who's more of a passer, Turner McSwain. What challenges does that present as you prepare for a team where they are playing two guys at times and they are different?
Yeah, but again for us, preparation wise, it doesn't change a whole lot of what we're doing. We're still trying to line up to stop the run, obviously at first, and even when they got the other quarterbacks in, they still, I think, are. They want to run the ball. If you can't stop the run, that's what they're going to do all night long. So,
right.
Obviously, even with the two quarterbacks, I think both of them are dangerous enough throwing and running that you just can't say, well, when 10's in there, that's going to be automatically running, and when 3's in there, it's going to be automatically pass.
They're averaging nearly 52 points a game. Is this the best offensive team that you've seen to this point?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they really haven't had I don't think a really close game. I know they've gave up a few points to a few people, but they've always scored a bunch of points against everybody they've played. Yep. So we realize, probably not going to stop them offensively. We got to slow them down. Then obviously we got to score some points ourselves to have a chance to win the game.
Yeah, you mentioned that they haven't had a lot of close games. The closest they've had all season was a 19-point margin. Do you think that hurts or helps a team in the playoffs to not really maybe been challenged as much, but they've also got to be very confident?
Yeah, we've experienced that a little bit ourselves through the years. I don't think it ever slowed us down. I thought, we've said in the past, sometimes you play down when competition is not as stiff, but they obviously have played to their level of ability all the way through, and I think that's a tribute to their staff getting their guys ready to play and playing at a very high level against everybody.
What's the key for your Rams on Friday night to get to the fourth round of the playoffs?
Well, like I said, we got to make them earn their way there. They've scored a lot of points, and a lot of those points have been off long runs, long touchdowns. So we got to make them earn their way down. And like I said, on offense, we got to take advantage of the opportunities we get and put some points on the board. And turnovers are always big in big games. So taking care of the ball and hopefully maybe create a couple on defense side would help us a lot.
Well, Friday night in Rockingham County, there's one place to be for high school football, Community Stadium. Chase against Reidsville. We wish you guys nothing but luck in that game and going forward.
I appreciate it. Thank you.